Shout out to John Leguizamo, Tybalt.
Tybalt.
Boz Lerman's Romeo plus Juliet. Welcome to Afterschool Tea Time, where we're just shooting the shit.
We're shooting shit about, like, feeling, I don't know, like, out of touch with the youth.
Yeah. Talking about Hot Topic, I went there a couple of weeks ago.
My girlfriend bought a couple things from Hot Topic. And there's also, like, a couple other things that, I don't know, me and her were talking about it for, like, a little bit. Or, like, you know, she is 28. She turns, like, 29 later this year.
Youths.
She's already, like, hitting her, like, certain things are not, like, for her anymore.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's good.
Where, like, I just don't get it. It's like, you don't have to get it because it's not for you. And I think it was me. I forget. It might have been, like, the new Skrillex album that came out. Like, the double album. Or it might have been, like, something else. It was music related. I know we were talking about it. That it just wasn't hitting her as much as the old stuff. It's like, it's probably not for you anymore.
Yeah. That's just how it is, man.
Yeah.
Like, Blink-182, man. It's like, all right, they're kind of making the same music still, but like, yeah, it's not.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's weird.
Like I don't care what my friend Chad is doing at the mall. My friend Chad has a mortgage and kids that he has to worry about.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Like the one thing that's been constant throughout like whole times like work sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's the main thing. Like, if I just die tomorrow, I'm dead. I wouldn't mind, but who cares?
Yeah, those spreadsheets can just be done by somebody else.
Yeah.
But no, well, like I'm getting hit by that here and there with something. Luckily, I've been able to escape a couple of those like the artists I like. I kind of makes music I no longer like. I've been able to escape that. I had a little bit of scare with Animal Collective when they released Painting With, but the new album that came out with last year, I'm just like, okay, there's still a thing. That was just a shitty album that they had.
The thing with, because I mentioned Blink-182, they have changes, but then, like, when the 2003, like, Untitled album came out, I'm like, oh, I like this. They're kind of stepping forwards, kind of aging with, like, their audience. And then they kind of took some weird side steps of like, oh, that sucks. This sucks. And then, like, when they had Skiba in replace fucking Tom DeLonge because he was chasing aliens, I'm like, this album I like. And then the next Skiba album, I'm like, oh, this is shit. Like, all right. And then, like, they got Tom back, and then I haven't bothered listening to it because I don't like Angels and Airwaves, and...
Do you know that...
I'll check it out. I'm very reluctant to.
I like Weezer. I think Weezer... I like Weezer up to Pinkerton.
Weezer's weird. Because no matter how old they get, they're still writing music that somehow appeals to like 14 and 15-year-olds.
Yeah. Which
was a weird... thing, because I've seen them like at least once, but it's like, I wouldn't mind if like they did a tour where it's like we're gonna just play the Blue album. I would have been all up on that shit. Yeah, I like when old bands do that stuff.
I'm so down for that. Yeah. Like but like I'd be down if they played like I wouldn't mind if they played like even though I don't like the song, if they play like Beverly Hills in a Blue album thing, like they play the whole album and then we're gonna play something else,
play some stuff. Yeah,
but like I only bring up Weezer because my girlfriend told me like, yeah, they have a new song now. It's like, what? And they played it and it sucks.
Yeah,
I don't like it.
No, we're not Weezer fans.
Yeah,
we're not.
Well, I'm Pinkerton and down Weezer.
Yeah,
like I don't even like the Green album, which I found out Island the song. I didn't know it was them. I didn't never heard. So I knew of like that they had that song and that was the most popular one. I never listened to it until like last month or something like that. Well, yeah, getting old kind of rocks. It's just
I love it.
I like getting older. I just you just have to commit. You just have to accept the fact like, hey, there's gonna be like a distance with media you're gonna be consuming.
The only thing I don't like about getting older is my right hip. It feels weird every now and then. Just like I gotta stretch it or crack it, hop it in the morning.
I've been having to do a lot more like wrist exercises. That's the
Ooh.
thing that kind of sucks.
Yeah, my wrist has gotten better because I don't know what, like maybe just positioning of just being consistently like put it in a better position, but like yeah, it's not as fucked as anymore.
You know what? You probably move your arm more than your wrist.
Ooh, that might be it.
Yeah,
That
you probably do, and you're probably more of an arm guy than a wrist guy.
Because for a while I did have like a wrist thing on while playing FPSs, so maybe just that got locked, like the new movement got locked in.
Oh yeah.
So yeah.
Well, yeah. What have you been watching? It's been a minute. Do you actually end up watching Creed 3?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a couple things. The fight scenes had like a kinetic pace that it's without a doubt the worst of the Creed movies.
Oh, okay.
But it's still like okay.
Uh-huh.
Because you've seen the Rocky movies, they're all
Yeah.
like 3 hours long. This is the shortest one.
It's like 2 hours.
And you feel how short it is compared to other ones. Because it's like, oh, they challenged to the fight, and then, oh, we're already in the training montage, and then, like, oh, we're already in the final fight. It just happens like that.
Does it feel rushed, or does it just feel quick?
It feels quick.
Okay.
Because the thing is, you get a lot of those dynamics. Like, you have to see Creed 1 and 2 to be like, oh, that's the kind of relationship Adonis has with his mom, and then, like, that Adonis's wife and he have each other, and Adonis, like, yeah, it's definitely like, oh, you saw those other movies, you get it, you get the relationship, and then it's very much of like, oh, here's my friend from the past, that shonen thing of like, I gotta fight him to get our feelings across. it's yeah.
The amount of
But the fight scenes are definitely like, yeah, I see the anime influence that Michael B. Jordan was talking about when he
talking about the anime influences. Apparently, like the shirts that he wears are like Akira inspired. And I took a look at it, like the red one, so it's like straight up has the same seam line that yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
For like the red shorts and everything. So I like that's a point. One thing that I kind of been getting like surprised by. I don't know how much Michael B. Jordan knows. Or like he knows, but he wants to pin to another thing. I know there's a double punch.
Yeah. Oh, it's so good.
I know there's a double punch. From my understanding, he took that from Naruto.
Okay, yeah.
I
mean, that's a classic.
Yeah. When I think, well, I read it from like, I think it was Kotaku IGN or something like that. There's like, yeah, it was this inspired by Dragon Ball, this episode where he beats up Vegeta. It's like, no, it was from Naruto in this episode.
Yeah.
When
I think I read the same shitty article where they compared it to Dragon Ball, where it's like, there's so much more.
Because I saw the picture of the double punch, that just reminds me of Ashita no Joe.
Yeah. Oh,
like so much more than Naruto and Dragon Ball.
Yeah, especially like, even because they also use it in Megalobox. I have a screenshot of that the cross counter. On on my hard drive, yeah, but yeah, that's it's because that when I was reading that article, it seems like, oh, this dickhead has only watched Dragon Ball, and this is their only frame of reference for like badass anime fight scenes. Like, no, those fucking just like, oh yeah, that is like, yeah, that is some straight up Hajime no Ippo Ashita no Joe shit. Just like weaving in and the dramatic like punch the kidneys.
Like, what is it like? It was like a week. It was like last week that you told me that you were gonna watch it, and I wanted to watch it.
You wanted to catch up to every Rocky movie.
And then I stopped. I was like, I'm just gonna catch up to the Creed movies, and then a bunch of shit happens. Well, thanks to that shit, I have an interview next week. So
nice. Excellent.
But when I was explaining like my girlfriend about it, it's like, hey, like, would you like to watch it? It's like, I've never seen them. It's like, so I just like, I start talking about it, and then me talking about Rocky and Creed got me so hyped up. I was like, yo, I think I actually like these kind of things. Yeah. And then since then, I've just been having a nagging feeling to rewatch all of Megalobox and watch the last fight. No,
boxing is the only sports fiction I give a shit about.
I'm Mexican, so like I like Captain Tsubasa.
You guys also love boxing.
We do like boxing. We do have the one guy. And Hamijo no Ippo makes Mexicans the scariest thing ever.
Yeah.
But no, I really want to rewatch Megalobox and probably just do more Hajime no Ippo. I'm gonna try to see my girlfriend likes Megalobox because that seems around like her.
Megalobox. Dude,
It's so good. It's so good.
you watched season 2, right?
No.
No. Oh my god.
So like I've been putting
Punish Joe, man. You gotta get on.
because that's the thing. Like I believe like same thing. Where like it took me about a year or 2 years to watch Progressive, FLCL Progressive.
Okay.
Because like those anime and like those series, I feel like they're fine on their own and content like that.
Which is the first one? Because there was Progressive and then the other one.
Alternative or something like that.
The second one was good. The second one works as a standalone and carries the themes of Fooly Cooly for like a new generation. Whereas the first sequel sucks because it was just cosmetically Fooly Cooly and just like a shittier show. But I genuinely like
the one with the good ass album. That's the one. I want to say might be Progressive, whichever one. But like that one took me a while to like watch it just because like no like Fooly Cooly. It's not because like I don't think Fooly Cooly could be like topped or like be at the level up. It's like no, it like very much is its own thing. It's not when move on. But Progressive's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I liked it. So like I'm if I can like rewatch all Megalobox, I'll probably jump into and start watching season 2 like brand new.
Are we talking about this? You're talking about the second sequel series, right? For Fooly Cooly, season 3.
I'm talking about with the girl with the cat ears. That's it.
Oh, I did not like that season.
Gotcha. Okay.
That's the one afterwards I liked.
Gotcha.
Because they were like, because I love the idea of the new Fooly Cooly when they talked about like, all this. The only direction Tsurumaki gave was like, make something that you would make that connects to your childhood because that's what Fooly Cooly was.
Yeah.
It's like about adolescence and like maturing and the second series or the second sequel, the third season captures that for like these characters like they're going through like that teenage angst but it's a different form because they're different people from Naruto, and then the season 2 I just didn't connect with anybody.
No, that's super fair.
Yeah.
I was very much one of those like, why even make it? It's not even about like it's not gonna be better. It's like I didn't want it to be better. I want it to be its own thing.
Yeah.
I want it to be its own thing, and I also want it to not be Fooly Cooly like.
Mm-hmm. But
like Megalobox season 2 good. Punish Joe.
I love like season 2
because
plus it has more Mexicans in it.
I'm into that.
Or like I don't know, there's the pseudo sci-fi Mexican
Neo-Mexicans.
Yeah, just like migrant workers, and they're dealing with like mega type guys who are like, I don't know, like I don't want you in our town.
I like that.
Yeah, that's good.
No, I like that a lot, and especially and the fact there's a Punish show kind of like feeds into like the things that we've been consuming because nonstop whenever we watch a new episode of My Hero Academia, me and my girlfriend just keep going like Punish Deku over and over.
Dude, I love that when those chapters first came out. It's like, ooh, this is looking. But again, this is the frustration with My Hero Academia. I'm having it with like the end of Naruto. Like, how long is this final battle gonna fucking last? Am I gonna just read a final battle that lasts for 5 years?
Well, like how much? Like how is it like being updated every week?
Yeah.
Okay. You're probably gonna be seeing it for a while. Like for example, like luckily I guess there's no winning. You get an update every single week, so of course it's gonna feel like you're playing it for like months.
Yeah. Like I imagine if you're reading it in volumes, it's just like, this is.
I get a decent chunk of an arc while reading JoJo because he gets published monthly. Yeah. So it's like, hey, like I know they're able to wrap up things. Granted, like for example, when I was reading JoJolion, there was a part in JoJolion where there was like a zombie chase called Blue Hawaii. That felt like almost a year, and it was only like three, 4 things.
Oh, okay.
But granted, it was monthly, so it felt like I was in that part for forever. And then when I reread it, I was like, it wasn't that bad.
just remembered it was Tuesday, and baby, we got a new Chainsaw Man that I didn't read. While I was
Oh, you
on
didn't read?
book.
I saw a little bit of.
Ooh, already that first panel, I'm like, I got it.
I saw my baby girl Fami being in there, so like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like when I just pulled it up, the first panel, I'm like, oop, Famine's there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be invested. I will be completely distracted if I look at this now.
I also saw one spoiler of like a demon that shows up. I'm not gonna spoil it to you, but like it looks really sick. What I really like about like his name is Fujimoto, right?
Yeah, Tatsuki. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Tatsuki.
Chainsaw Man, the Chainsaw Man guy.
Fujimoto.
Fujimoto, yeah.
Yeah.
His demon designs are so Silent Hilly.
Yeah.
Like we're not talking about like they're very Silent Hilly, just very like humanoid, but
Gross. Like the Justice Devil just being like human limb tentacles.
Mm-hmm.
Just like there's a bunch of legs. Just like but no, that's am I thinking of Ghost Devil? No.
I love the Ghost Devil.
The Ghost Devil is gross. Just the hands, like a tree of hands.
Well, the thing that fucks me up is the face, not the hands. The hands I can deal with. The face is what fucks me up.
Oof.
Yeah.
The hands.
I also like the Snake Devil.
Oh, it just felt like a snake, though.
Well, like the way that its mouth opens and everything is so weird. Just like in the anime, like it looks kind of weird, but like when I saw it like in the panel, I'm just like, is that made of skin? But no, like I'm excited. I'm probably gonna like this weekend. I'm gonna make an honest effort to catch up with part 2.
Okay.
Just because like I feel like looking at the one spoiler, I'm just like I feel like I need to catch up now and see like where everybody's at and have that investment.
Dude, you gotta catch up on all the part 2s.
Yeah, no.
Megalobox season 2.
Megalobox and Refire Punch.
Fire Punch is neat. I like it. It's weird. It's so much weirder than Chainsaw.
Well, yeah, because the whole thing is like he feels the whole time, right?
Yeah. It's. I love how dark
yeah.
Fucked it is. It's just I love it. If you like how sad Chainsaw Man is, read Fire Punch. It's sadder and darker. It's true, and also the ending is it doesn't make me feel good. It's a happy ending, but I don't feel good about it.
I'm okay with that. I like when happy endings have to do that. Talking about a happy ending that made me feel flat.
Yeah.
You watched The Whale, right?
Which one?
The Whale?
No, not yet.
Okay. I don't want to spoil it for you.
It's Darren Aronofsky. I imagine I'm not going to feel good.
That's that's exactly what it is. Like, I feel a little antsy about Aronofsky. Like, I like that he adds a lot of like surreal and like dream-like sequences to his movies.
Yeah.
And he tries to do a lot of like blending in, like, is this real? This is real happening? Is this in the head? Is this like what people are imagining? I feel he fell so hard on The Whale.
The Whale?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I walked out, I was just like, I thought I was going to be crying.
Mm-hmm.
And I was almost about to cry, but when that sequence happened, I'm just like, oh, it actually like really took me back forward.
Okay.
But literally everybody I watched it with was just like crying their ass out. And I turned to my girlfriend. It's like, was the ending like bad? I was like, yeah. I was like, okay.
Yeah, Aronofsky's. I like him, but he's a lot of. I like him on the whole, but he has a lot of stuff I don't like.
Yeah.
Like Mother's neat. I don't think I like it. Like Noah is neat, but I don't think I like it either.
That's where I'm at. Like I like Mother, and then when I was like watching sequences, I'm just like, this feels a little religion-y. And then they got yeah, and then when they got to the sequence where like, you know, have you ever them starts inviting people? I'm just like that. I know. Okay, this is your Genesis. This is your Genesis. I get it.
One of my top 10 movies is The Fountain.
I love The Fountain.
I love The Fountain, man.
I love The Fountain, but regardless of that, for some reason, Black Swan is my favorite one.
I get that.
Yeah.
Like my 3 favorites of his would be like the ones in a row, like The Fountain, not in any order, but like The Fountain on top, and then like Wrestler and Black Swan.
I think the main reason why I like Black Swan so much is because like it doesn't overstay its craziness, and it, you know, it's very like this is what this movie is.
It also just he made me feel uncomfortable with very basic shots.
That's another thing.
Like,
that's another thing too. Like, it actually made me feel uncomfortable.
The way this is just a close up, but it's like too close.
Yeah.
I don't like this.
I am seeing pores. I am seeing things I don't like.
Yeah.
I love the wrestler too. Like, I wanted to like go for Mickey Rourke so much. He almost made me want to watch Iron Man 2.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, I'm not gonna watch it.
Todd Barry's in it.
Yeah.
Todd Barry is just like, hey, I'm a shitty manager. I don't like you.
Guess what?
Yeah. He punches the the deli slicer. Oh, don't like that, man.
I've been there though. Like I luckily didn't punch the sharp part, but I did punch a deli slicer one time just because I was so fucking pissed. So no, I've been there.
What deli were you working at?
I was working at Nebraska. I was working at a barbecue restaurant that we had. Like the one barbecue restaurant that we had. But no, I've been there. I like when you just get so fucking mad, like, you know, like I know it's gonna hurt me, but like something's gotta like feel.
That's like something I've enjoyed about getting older is just like, hey, I'm not punching walls anymore because my wrist is fucked up. I can't do it. And you know, it's also just a healthier growth of just like, I know how to vent this properly.
Yeah. I know how to handle things in a healthy way.
Just like, oh, work's frustrating. Well, yeah, I don't care.
I'm probably gonna try to rewatch The Wrestler sometime soon. Yeah. Just because now we're talking about it. I'm in the hype of like Creed, Megalobox, and now we're talking Aronofsky. I'm just like, you know what? Like, yeah, Wrestler.
Watch Rocky 4, then the Creeds.
I watched Rocky 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, but if you're gonna rewatch in the rewatch session, or
I've seen it before. Should I just add it in?
I mean, it's always well. Also, the Stallone cut just came out, which I haven't seen yet, so that might be better.
Okay.
Because this is the the Stallone cut just came out like a year or two ago. Okay. So yeah, I gotta rewatch Rocky 4 with the Stallone cut.
They're so fucking long though.
Yeah, I know. I mean, like taking a 3-hour movie, just like this is possibly 4 hours. I'm like, okay, I'll take it.
Yeah. No, I'll try. I'll definitely watch The Wrestler. I really like the things I'm gonna try to do by the next time we talk. Rewatch The Wrestler. And fucking watch and get caught up to Chainsaw and read Fire Punch. Those are things like I want to do and everyone to do.
The reason Black Panther was so disappointing to me is like, oh, the way Ryan Coogler is creating a Rocky movie for like a new generation. I thought he would like reinvigorate Marvel movies in that way of just like transforming it. I'm like, oh no, this is just another fucking Marvel movie.
No, I mean like
they talk about issues of the African diaspora and all that shit, but like it's still just a generic ass Marvel movie. Like fuck, Creed was so good.
I mean, fucking whatchamacallit? I mean, like Guardians of the Galaxy did good.
Yeah.
Did amazing, and nobody knew who the fuck all those characters was. Mm-hmm. So it's like once I figured out, like, oh, this is a sequence that we need to use to make bank every single time. Yeah. They just be using every single time.
I know, like.
You know what we'll love?
I miss Thor 2. It's bottom tier, but it still had.
You know what we'll love? I would love to have a Marvel movie where they just talk. There's like no brand like fighting going on, and it's just like them dealing with the shit that's been happening all around. I don't even want it to be a hero. Like I would have loved to see a movie based on like, God, what's a good character? What's like a good side character that just always on the shit?
Oh, I don't know. Put me on the spot. Daredevil has a good amount of talking.
But like nobody cares. Like one of the main like MCU people.
One of my favorite issues of any comic is called The Case, where it's just Bruce Banner and Tony Stark talking across a table.
I would love to have that. Like if Civil War would have done a lot more talking and more like doing that, I would have been more happy with that.
But like I like the Marvel movies for what they are. Just like when you see all these weird pieces of just like all these think pieces of like, what did you expect? These are big budget Hollywood movies. Just take it for what they are. Like it's not doing like these things and the blah blah blah. It's like, yeah, who gives a shit? It's Ant-Man. I want to see Ant-Man in some weird situations, and I got it. I had fun. Like it's not.
But the weird situations are just the same thing over and over.
This one gets weird. This what I love about. That's what I love about Ant-Man Quantumania is just like I want big weird sci-fi, and I got it. Like Valerian and the planet, the City of a Thousand Planets. That is objectively a shit movie, but it's from like the director of The Fifth Element, and it's based off like the like this long running French sci-fi comic series. So I'm like, big weird sci-fi, awesome. I'm getting it. I love it. It's objectively not great. It's fine at best, but I'm into it because nobody's taking these weird swings, and then Quantumania is taking those weird swings like Valerian or fucking Jupiter Ascending, that shitty Wachowski movie, which I saw in theaters and had a great time.
Talking about weird sci-fi, that's probably just gonna be fine at best. I'm excited, scared, and curious to like what the Mobius movie is gonna be.
Ooh,
because Taika is supposed to direct it, so I don't know like how much Taika. Yeah, I don't know how much Taika is gonna be in there.
Taika ruined the Thor. Like, I love Thor Ragnarok.
I hear like Love and Thunder is just more.
Love and Thunder is just
more just
all jokes. It's the because what you had with I have a weird investment in the Thor line of movies because you had the first movie because the first two movies are like these deeply rooted in just being family dramas. Because the first one was directed by Kenneth Branagh. And then the second one was directed by a guy who directed a bunch of Game of Thrones episodes. So it's all about the first one is like there's two brothers. One of them is like a cocky dipshit who gets checked, while the other one finds out he's adopted and going through that trauma. And then the second movie is about like the two brothers kind of reconciling and dealing with the loss of their mother.
I remember
it's just fucking Joke City, USA.
I remember watching the second one and coming out like, oh, that was different.
Yeah, it's kind of dry and shitty, but it's different. Like I like the different because that has a lot of talking. For those movies, and the fight scenes are kind of cheesy and shitty. But it's like this has my favorite talking of those early Marvel movies of just Loki talking with his mother. And then, like, they're just Thor and Loki on a ship just talking about the loss of their mother. I
will have to say that it's also a really weird use of Christopher Eccleston.
Yeah.
Because he's that's just a forgettable villain.
Yeah. Man, I don't, like, even in the comics, I don't like Malekith because he's...
Oh, he's in the comics?
Yeah.
I thought it was just like...
No, he's in the comics. Okay. But his whole thing is just like, I'm a dark elf and I just want to take over the realm.
That's boring.
Yeah. I don't know, he's not an interesting villain. Yeah.
But I don't know, I think I've said it before, like, I've been done with them, like, for so long that I don't even care. At this point, I just read the wiki or just go for what you say.
Oh, you gotta... Paul Rudd, man.
I don't care. I did just watch Role Models like a month ago. I was laughing my ass off.
Have you at least seen the first Ant-Man?
No.
Watch that.
No.
The first Ant-Man's good.
No.
It's fun.
He goes small.
It's fun.
Yeah, like that's like
it's fun.
Yeah, he goes small.
It's from the it's directed by Peyton Reed, who directed a bunch of Mr. Show sketches. It's a fun movie, dude.
No, that does nothing. That does nothing. Just the Marvel, like...
It's a fun movie. Just have fun.
The one thing that I liked about the trailers I've seen from Quantumania is the one guy saying, "Thank you, Spider-Man," to Paul Rudd.
Yeah, because it's the guy from I Think You Should Leave.
And that's why I liked so much.
Have you seen the documentary Jodorowsky's Dune?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. You know what Alejandro Jodorowsky is, though, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so... It's a documentary about his failed attempt to make a Dune movie, and Nicholas Winding Refn's in it. It's awesome. They go through like they animate the production sketches and they
Mhm.
do cool things, and it would have been a sick movie. And I love that documentary of just like getting that inside baseball of like this failed Hollywood epic that never happened.
I mean, too.
But the screenwriter for Quantumania was like inspired by Jodorowsky's Dune of just like, oh, that was a sick documentary. I love these ideas. Let's get big weird sci-fi, and they do it, and they do it, and people like. Apparently, there's issues with it, but like, I didn't mind the special effects. Like some of them look shitty, but like a lot of Marvel special effects look kind of shitty because they haven't done an annual schedule. And apparently, there's a whole thing with the VFX artists being treated like shit, and
Yeah, apparently there's
where Marvel's just burning a ton of bridges.
apparently like a bunch of like Marvel, apparently a lot of like VFX people are just straight up putting in the contracts will not work with
Yeah.
Marvel.
But yeah, apparently, so some of the inside baseball with this is Marvel made Black Panther 2 the priority, so like that got all the time and budget, and then Ant-Man got the leftovers. So they had to cut around scenes that they couldn't like flesh out because like we can't have a background for this because we don't have the time for it. So like we'll never, because Disney will never do it of just like let's see the Snyder cut version of Quantumania. Because like yeah, Quantumania it's kind of shallow in terms of the character developments and like the relationships. So just like oh, I would have enjoyed that scene between Jan and her mom. Or not Hope and Jan.
Mm-hmm.
I would have liked to see more scenes of Ant-Man and Cassie. Just like, but we don't get them. But I'm like, okay, this is just weird sci-fi. It's fun action. But Jonathan Majors as Kang is excellent, dude. He's a great villain.
He's the guy from Creed, right?
Yeah.
He's been
two blockbuster movies back to back.
He's been like in a. I've been seeing his face pop up more and more. I'm just like, I feel like I need to be paying attention to this guy. Just because from the trailers I've seen from like Creed, I'm just like, he looks, he's fucking good just from the trailers alone.
Another thing with how fast Creed 3 is, just like, I wish I got more time with him. Because like everything just happened so quickly in Creed 3. It's just like, wish I had more time with him. Because you do get the idea of like, I thought he has the underdog story, and you do kind of root for him because, like, yeah, guy spent 18 years in jail. He's the underdog.
Mm-hmm. Well, I thought
want to see him blow
just
up.
based on the trailers alone, and because I haven't seen any of the Creed movies, I thought he'd be like a character from the first Creed. No, he's just a brand new character.
Yeah, they kind of like do some light retconning, but like you don't get to see. You only see a little bit of Adonis's childhood in the first movie, so like the retcon works of.
No, it's a bit we didn't touch up on.
Yeah, because they establish like Adonis being in a group home, and then like this new character, he was like somebody from his childhood who he considered a brother from the group home. So it's like, yeah,
that works.
The pieces fit together. I mean, he's not coming out of completely nowhere. It's like, wait, Adonis Creed did what now? But like, no, it's established like that was his backstory and it fits in.
I'm into it. I'll probably try to see how I can catch up with the other Creed movies. It just like
they're on HBO Max.
Are they?
Yeah.
Oh shit! Okay, cool.
Yeah, I thought about rewatching them the night before.
I'm gonna do that and probably finally start watching Last of Us. Because it's already like.
I guess I gotta do it.
Because it's already like. What is it, like 2 episodes left for? One episode left. It's so far away from it. I'm just like, I'm okay with like I feel like I'm distanced enough where like I can watch and be able to say I was okay.
Yeah.
Granted, I know because this happened in the video game. Do they do the bit with the older brother and the younger brother?
Yeah, that's episode 6, I think. That shit fucking ended me in the video game. I don't know how I'm gonna handle it in the show. Yeah. Did it make you feel something for you and your brothers?
Yeah. Because I'm like very like I care very deeply about my younger brother. So like being able to like see that in the video game and watching it, like I was fucking bawling.
Yeah.
So like seeing that in the show, we'll see. I know episode 3 gets everybody.
It's Diego Luna as Tommy.
What, are you serious?
I think so. Yeah.
Fuck. Okay.
Wait, no, not Diego. Shit. Oh no, what the fuck? Who's the guy? Diego Luna is the guy in Andor, right?
Yes.
Oh shit, I'm thinking of a different guy.
Gael?
No.
Sound like two of them.
I know. It's not.
Yeah.
There's another. Fuck. What the?
I mean, there's only like 4 Latinos, and one of them is already working there.
I know. Boy, it's gonna eat away at me. A vamp while I look this up.
Well, that's
It's the guy who played Ghost Rider on Agents of Shield, I think.
wrong person you're talking to.
I know. Okay. Fuck me in the asshole.
That thing, I found out like that's why it's called yaoi.
Actor.
Because if you fuck somebody in the asshole with no lube, you go yaoi.
Oh, Gabriel Luna.
Gabriel Luna?
Yeah.
That's a new Mexican.
Okay, he was in the latest Terminator movie, which was okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Talking about
Mexican T-1000.
Talking about like Terminator. One of my roommate's friends, which also bandmate, came over for Milwaukee, and I was shooting shit with her like nonstop. Turns out she's a massive Terminator fan.
I've seen all the modern Terminators in theaters. I fucking loved it.
They're
Most of them aren't good, but it's still...
I'm okay with that. And the only reason why I bring it up is because I love, and I know it's not great, I don't care. I love the modern RoboCop.
I like that too, man.
I like that so fucking much.
I like that too. Because that was one of the things where when like the home release, I was hoping they'd have the rated R cut because I forget the director's name. Like his previous movie,
it's like a Brazilian
guy. It was just like ultra violent, badass action movie, and just like, ooh, this will be cool with Terminator. And it's still cool, but
we need to keep it down. That way we can sell more of it because our rated movies don't sell. And it's like, no, they do now, but like back then, no, I get it. Yeah. I only bring it up because like when she was telling me this, she was talking about it. And I started talking about RoboCop, and then it just like a little thing in the back of my head was like, dude, the new Robo is pretty good too. I was like, yeah, it fucking is.
Yeah,
fucking love him. I love the fact, what is it? His left hand. That's the only thing that's human, and something like he said. I love like that's still like a motif from the previous ones, and he adds it to it. I wish. I forgot his name. I wish Red Foreman would have came back at least at doing
Kermit
something.
Smith. Yeah.
But no, like I love this nonsense. I like shitting on Marvel movies just because they're so like I at this point I feel like they're very boring and they don't really do anything fun to me in particular. Yeah. I love this silly dumbass like sci-fi action movies. I like those just because like this is stupid, but I love how stupid it is.
Quantumania you'll enjoy, because Marvel's never gonna take like big weird swings again, and like at least they're just trying to do that in backgrounds. Yeah, it's like, all right, we took a big swing with Thor Ragnarok, but then like now this is the regular thing. This is normal now, and then it's just like it's too many jokes, man. Too many jokes.
I would love for like Marvel. Hold on. X-Men is not Marvel. It's Sony, right?
No, X-Men's back in.
X-Men's back in?
They bought Fox mostly to get the movie rights for X-Men back.
Well, that's scary, but...
Yeah, that's how much money Disney has.
Yeah. Well, now that I don't have that information, I would love to have Planet Hulk Gomo style.
You seen the Planet Hulk animated movie?
What?
Yeah, they made an animated Planet Hulk movie.
What?
Yeah.
I only brought X-Men. Oh, by the way, the weird jump I had, I only brought X-Men because I know in the Logan comic, he actually fights Hulk people. In the Logan comic, I wanted to say like I want to have like X-Men. I wanted to have like X-Men style. I want to have Gomo, like the movie Gomo, but with X-Men. But then it's like, I feel like Hillbilly Hulk people fits better for that.
Yeah. That was gross. Have you read Old Man Logan?
I watch a video explaining like the differences, and I also watch somebody like going through the comic.
Man, I don't like the idea of look. I like the idea of railing She-Hulk.
Yeah.
I don't like the idea
of inbreeding She-Hulk.
Yeah, I don't like that.
No, I don't blame you, but like I like the idea of how dark it is.
Yeah, it's definitely Hills Have Eyes feel to it. But I don't want that I don't want that gross stuff happening to She-Hulk.
That's fair.
Jennifer Walters. Fair. I love the She-Hulk comics. They're good comedy comics.
I know we talked about Waifus last time, but like I'm surprised she didn't make it.
She's like between 11 and 20. Let's want to redo the waifu talk? Yeah. All right.
This was for Valentine's, but apparently it was a screw up somewhere.
But yeah, I fucked the audio. There was no audio, but we just got into waifus. But let's talk about what is a waifu. What constitutes as a waifu for all the normals like Will out there who aren't really all about that waifu life.
In my opinion, a waifu is an 2D wife, not strictly anime, because you added some waifus that are not anime.
Yeah.
It is
a waifu hard for comic characters.
It is a 2D person that you love, whether it be because they're funny, they're great, they're really hot, but in my opinion, strokes or sexual attraction to the character needs to be involved.
Yes, it's for all the youths out there.
There has to be lust behind.
Yeah, it's a fictional character you stand for, but there is a attraction component to it.
I like Stan. I forgot the word Stan.
Yeah, because I was trying to think of like how do you describe this in as little words as possible where people understand. Stan. You're standing for this character, but sexually also. There has to be an attraction component. Whether or not you have strokes, you've thought about it.
Yeah.
Because like with my revised top 3, I'm like, I've only stroked to one of these. I won't say which. But like, I've thought about it. I've considered it. I'm like, ooh, that is a sexy drawing of that character.
That is a good thing that we had a revision, because my number 5 was just like, there's no sexual attraction to this character, but nothing but respect.
Yeah.
This one, on the other hand, it has both.
Yeah.
So, but number 5 is Ichi from Bleach.
Well, let's keep it broad strokes. But what attracts you to a waifu? What are because with a waifu, with any fictional character, especially with its like manga or anime or comics, there's the visual component, the look, like their style, their drip. So that's always a component. Because also, sexual attraction has to be involved, so it's definitely the look. Definitely the look. Plus their like personality, the character, and their journey. So there's components. Like what attracts you? What features physically and
the big one I'm looking back on, and that goes for like husbandos and waifus, because I've stroked to some guys before. I'm not gonna lie, mostly because I've also fucked some guys there, but that's neither here nor there. Strong conviction is like one of the big ones for me. That's been like
conviction.
like a strong conviction, and strong, not personality like I'm gonna beat you up, but more like this needs to be done, and I will do whatever. And I will do whatever it takes to be able to do it.
Like a good example, like one of my runners up is Mirko from My Hero Academia, who's real hot right now because that season came out with her in it. But of like, here's the objective: I gotta fuck up this guy so the good guys win. I don't give a shit if my arm gets ripped off, my leg gets ripped off, and I'm not gonna say what happens to her in the final battle, but like, I'm going to keep fighting no matter what. That conviction of like, if I die, it doesn't matter. I have to keep fighting to delay the bad guy.
I also tend to like underdogs a lot.
Yeah.
Like we're like, oh, that's a lot of people don't consider them like strong, and then it's like, oh shit, this is the new. They are the new power scaler. Like like for example, like Maki and Yoriichi. A lot of time they're just like, oh, they're just like a side character. Yeah. They're just kind of like the hot girl that does things, and then they get their arc, and the arc just like bust them wide open.
Oh yeah.
Both in my hentai folder and in the thing.
In the story characters.
Like, and it just ends up like I really just like strong ladies. I think that just really comes down to it. I just really like strong ladies.
Spiritually, mentally, and also for me physically, I like muscle ladies. We're talking about Mirko, She-Hulk.
Mm-hmm.
But also like the conviction, like that's a good word for it, because I'm also attracted to that. You're like not just in a hero type of way of there's an like I gotta do a thing and I've gotta like literally fight for it, but conviction of personal goals and ideals of I'm going to be the best goddamn pop star in the galaxy, and I'm gonna sing until my throat explodes due to some sort of infection.
I will avenge my father from this like criminal organization and then enjoy my life as a young woman. Yeah.
I was actually looking up not the character this falls into, but Satsuki Kiryuin from Kill la Kill.
Yeah, I actually like her better.
I like her more than the main character. Yeah. Just also like
thicker eyebrows. It's a thing I'm kind of noticing. Like, oh, I like the girl with the thicker eyebrows.
Also heel clicks, man.
Oh yeah.
Shiva from FF14 with the like.
You showed me that
heel click, and then Satsuki heel click, and also again a character with strong convictions. Of hardly anyone gets stronger than Satsuki. Of I'm going to be the villain and amass an army for years, just so I could take advantage and trap the real threat and just.
Also,
I love Satsuki.
Also for me, it's also like an aesthetic thing. Like red is my favorite color. The white and blue with the gold trims just looks so much better. Just looks so much better.
It looks so good. And also, like, again, the conviction of I have this special blade that I need to like defeat the fucking weirdo threat, but also the foresight of planning to like I'm going to embed part of that blade like and have like a nail like a fucking knife toenail just to get out of jams. That exquisite planning, I love it.
There's a very specific character in like Fire Emblem falls into I wouldn't say falls. Fire Emblem likes to recycle these archetypes into like every single one of the games,
which is like a classic just tropes from anime, manga, and RPGs.
Which I'm a particular sucker for that. There is this speedster character in Fire Emblem Sacred Stones. Her name is Maritza. Whenever you do one of her dialogues, and she's banging, like she just fucking just like a little distant, really strong, purple hair. She looks great. In one of her like social links, I guess you will call it. She's talking like one of the girls is talking to her. It's like, yeah, I noticed like you wake up like very fast. It's like, yeah, like I don't know when something's gonna happen. And why do you always like sleep on your right side? And why do you always like sleep on your right side? It's like, oh well, because my right arm is my sword arm. So if like that gets fucked up, I'm in a losing position. So I want to protect that. So whenever somebody's gonna attack me, I roll over and attack. I was just like, and when I read that, I was like, oh yo.
I like that idea, like that nerdy planning.
Yeah.
The preparedness, like Asa Mitaka from Chainsaw Man Part 2 of just
I love her.
Thoroughly planning out a date for the aquarium. Like she's got to be like when this, depending on how this part resolves, like definitely working her way in the top 5 waifus. But just first of all, first date at an aquarium, sold. That's definitely a go-to for me. And then just her type A personality of just like I dig that, man. I dig it. I'm attracted to that.
I'm the opposite. Like I dig it. I'm the opposite. I love a stupid failed woman.
I like that too. That's also
Like I like granted, like she's on top of her shit nonstop. But like Ritsuko and fucking Misato from Evangelion. Both of them fail in different things. One of them's funny fail with Misato, the other one's like serious fail with Ritsuko. But I'm just like, I love them. They're just like two different sets of fails. And also, you ever played? I don't think you might have. Tokyo Mirage Sessions.
no.
The talent agency boss lady. I love her so much. I could take care of her so... No, actually, she could take care of me. Because she makes the money, and she's like, oh, yeah, like, fuck, I'm drunk at work. It's like, yeah, that's good, baby girl.
See,
buy me this Gundam.
I'm into that for a waifu, because, like, hey, I want to be the stay-at-home dad.
Yeah, I mean, it's called Cook King it's called Cook King for a reason. It has the word king in it. I'm supposed to be in the kitchen.
Yeah, that's right.
But yeah, it's just like really strong conviction, like strong values, drive. I think is one of the big ones.
Drive, yes.
Yeah.
Conviction, drive. One of the best movies of all time. Drive.
Big ass.
Big ass.
Big ass. I mean, Chun-Li is like my top one, and she's thighs and ass.
I gotta have that tilt, man. Tummy, I'd love to touch.
Yeah.
Gotta get shredded.
That little pouch thingy. Yeah, I'm into that.
No, well, not the. I'm not into that, but like. Just any sort of tummy. Everybody likes different tummies, but like a shredded, like Mirko, She-Hulk.
It's to me.
It's a nice Chun-Li showing off her tummy. Got that tilt. Tummy I don't want to touch. I'll take that tummy over the legs any day.
I don't know. It's just like the meat. I think I just like the meat. I like being able to like touch my hand and then like there's like things going like above it.
Yeah.
Like whenever you touch like a bear's like chest, it's just like there's hair there and there's also like muscle there. I'm talking bear people, not bear the animal. There's like something about me. It's like this is a thing.
Yeah, because Instagram suggests to me like female bodybuilders, like those are big thighs.
Yeah.
You how much you deadlifting there? Like, ooh.
How much you deadlift? You okay?
Like you deadlift two of me?
Yeah.
Nice.
For some reason I got femboys and I'm just like I don't like them. Yeah.
See, I like the just if you turn that dial just a little bit, like the androgynous girls.
Yeah. Yeah. Whatever the hell you count slime girls as, that's also a thing. I'm into monster fucking too. Like Garuda, like Garuda from Final Fantasy, like that's a thing. More so than the girl that she's supposed to like
Benedicta.
More so than Benedicta. More so than
I love Benedicta of just like that haughtiness of just you're inferior to me. But the thing with what separates Benedicta from Satsuki is Benedicta genuinely believes that without like properly assessing her foe and just has a haughtiness because like I have power and I've always had power. Everybody's beneath me. Where Satsuki, she has that haughtiness because it's not unearned. She has that planning behind her. And then also it's a feint because like she'll make her enemies think she's arrogant when she's actually like, no, I'm also, you think it's a weakness, but I'm also planning for you to think that's a weakness. Like, so, like, I don't know. Like, this waifu talk is also just generally helpful to like, oh, is this what I'm attracted to in women in general also? Like, this type A, this planning, this conviction and drive.
You want a business analyst that can lift 400 pounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to be the wild card. Like, I've experienced, like, people who are more wild card than me, and just like, I don't want that. I don't want that.
No.
I don't want to be the responsible one. I don't want to be. I don't want to be the responsible one. Like, in any social situation, I'm just like, I don't want to be the responsible one.
No, I get that. I
want to be the dumbest guy in the room.
Also, just a 6 scar.
Scars are cool.
Yeah, just a 6 scar.
Scars are cool.
Bash has it.
maiming Mirko, just losing limbs.
Mm-hmm. God, what's the
Robotic arms are cool.
yeah, robotic arms.
Robotic arms are cool. Symmetra, and
your weapon being a pole arm. Yeah.
that's so good.
Yeah.
That's so good. That's a vibe aspect where it's because if you're a good creator in terms of visual or story, you are having the visual design and the personality feed into each other. So like a polearm says a lot about like the character as well.
You're more analytical because you have the reach.
Distance. Whereas somebody who's just like dual knives person, they're just like, I'm gonna go
in and out. Yeah.
They're more of the wild card, which I don't want. But it is attractive. Like it has the wild card characters generally has the look aspect, the strokes aspect, but not the personality aspect. My heart's not into it.
Yeah.
I'll bust. I'll definitely bust, but I won't like.
It's purely physical. It's not sentimental.
I'm not gonna look for those aspects of like, oh, I like that character. Let's find someone in real life who has those aspects. That's not happening.
No, those people have Twitch channels.
But of course, I'll bust.
You gotta bust.
You gotta bust. Like nature busts for you. For all you weird Christians out there who don't bust. God will stroke you while you're sleeping, if that's how you want to think about it.
But yeah, I think surmise to say, I like strong people and people with conviction. Every so often there will be like a little thing that sneaks in, like for example, like I like being cocky. I like being cocky when like I know I can do it. I don't like just talking out my ass.
Yeah.
For some reason, when a guy does it, I'm just like, okay, I see you. Like, what's going on? Like, because then I just want it. Because then it becomes competitive, and like for some reason, me being able to like beat that makes me more attracted to the guy. Kind of like Chow from Yakuza 7.
Oh, the
Chinese guy, the triad guy. I'm just like, yeah, like he's fairly cocky, but like doing his side story stuff, he's really cool. He like fucking loved playing Dreamcast back in the day, and he's just like he loved cooking too, which is another thing I like. He's like, I could probably be feeding you, and you could probably be feeding me.
Someone confident and sure of their abilities.
Yeah,
like I like pretty much all the qualities that I'm not. I'm like, yeah, I mean, I'm attracted to that. Yeah. But then also, it's not just because when sometimes someone's a strong character, they become like what's the term, Mary Sue. Like
when Mary Sue, like when it's just like I said, inserted, like she's special, she's like the unique one.
Yeah, and then they're just kind of
she's
like
both a vampire, werewolf, elf.
But then like that's just bad character creation in all respects, where they have no weaknesses because they have to have like all good characters are flawed. So like having endearing flaws or flaws you relate to or root with, or like flaws you connect with when that arc of like getting over those flaws, that's definitely key for me of just like a good waifu, because that's also what a good character does, and that's part of just the waifu. Definitely gotta have the strokes, but also like a good character arc, good development, like a rich background.
You want depth in character, and you want to get deep in the character.
Yes, that's the perfect way. Because a lot of people like. Because we're getting in the weeds with what we consider waifu, like, but a lot of people just like use waifu as a throwaway term of just like, oh, that's like an attractive character.
Yeah. No, I don't toss the waifu bit.
Yeah, because with Hi-Fi Rush just came out, there's like like this
red hair girl,
the red hair girl.
Oh,
like but like I've seen waifu thrown around, but like no, that's just cool character design of just, and she has like a one note but cool personality, or like, yeah, that's not waifu material for me. Like I get where it's more superficial for other people, but like if you're going to, I don't know, because maybe it's the English majorness of me. Like I believe in the power of words and logos having specific definitions to words and them having power and meaning. Because like one of the poetry classes I took, it was like based on analysis of like the Judeo-Christian origins of like American poetry.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of it was analyzing, again, logos, the power of words. And God said, "Let there be light."
Mm.
So the power of words bring about creation, both like physically, metaphysically, like even with writing poetry and like creating worlds, you're using words. It's a whole world, creating worlds, using words to do so. But so like the idea of waifu, like, is this somebody who I would connect with personally on an emotional level?
So there is really
not just someone nutting to.
You mentioned all of that, and because one of my waifus is from like Bleach, there's fucking tight Tite, however you want to pronounce it.
I think he's
not a strong character writer.
No, he's not.
And not a strong power leveler.
No.
But his fucking action sequences are fucking great, and also his character design is amazing. You knew about the Secret Zero Gote, right? You have your 13 houses in the Gote.
Yeah.
There's also a zero one. That was like the strongest one. If I remember correctly, the leader for that one, the commander, however they're called, I forget. His Shikai or his Baikai, his power up, deals with the power of words, and all Sanpactos get their power from their name. Yeah. He's able to raise that from how they're just because of the name. So he's able to rate the lead specific like letters and phrases and kanji from it, and that's where he gets all his power from.
Dude, I like the idea of brief Bleach. Yeah. I like the idea of Sanpactos and the way you commune with them and then get to know them and to unlock their strength. It gets really
stupid.
It gets stupid, especially just for Ichigo. Just for Ichigo, because his whole thing of just like, well, it was this power all along, but then it's actually this spirit I'm talking to, but then it's this spirit I'm talking to. It's just
he's a Marisu.
Yeah, because it's like, oh, I'm talking to my sword, but it's actually the spirit of the bad guy all along. And then, then it's the Quincy power I need to talk to. It's like, fuck off. You already established this lore that it was cool and interesting.
My mom was a Quincy and I'm half Spirit Reaper already.
That's a shitty retcon, because like there's nothing that establishes anything about the mother at all. Like that. Wait, are you saying one of the last Quincy's got beaten by that bitch ass Hollow? Because again, like you said, he has shitty power scaling. I'm just like,
yep.
In the grand scheme of things, the Hollow that killed his mom is like a low-level Hollow. Yeah. He's like a powerful
Bram Fisher. Like he's great. He's great for character development, but he's not strong.
He's like the most powerful low-level Hollow. Just like, and then one of the last Quincy's got beaten by this guy when apparently the mom has enough Quincy power to make Ichigo one of the most powerful beings in that universe.
On top of his Hollow powers.
Yeah,
I wish
the Hollow powers on top of he's got all the powers.
I wish Tide would have just been like, like Soul Society, like this is Ichigo arc. Oh, Wakamundo has to deal with Hollows. I want to give a little bit to Ichigo, a lot to Chad, because his powers are more aligned to the Hollows.
Dude.
And I would have loved to have that last sequence, like just be more about his fucking loser buddy, the Sasuke of that one.
Did you read the special chapter?
No.
Dude, if they continue Bleach, I'm gonna be pissed. Because again, with that shitty power scaling, like, you already undid the awesome ending with Ichigo beating Aizen, of like, this is the last Getsuga Tensho. And then, like, alright, he got his powers back, he's even more powerful, then became more powerful. Just like, okay. And then you beat a guy who absorbed the powers of God, essentially. And then, like, there's a new threat now there's a
new god.
Just like...
Yep. No,
you're fucking... Dragon Ball Supering this in the shittiest way.
I love Bleach.
And then Borutoing this in the shittiest way.
I love Bleach in the most unironic way. Like, I actually... like Bleach. I like all its ideas. I like all the powers. I just think they're executed so shittily.
Yeah.
And he backed himself in a corner where he just has to keep going, because there's no going back. Well, unless he like resets Bleach.
Yeah.
There's no way to like go back.
That's the one I don't know. Like,
that being said, I might have thought of a Bankai. Like I did have like an OC for like a little bit, and by a little bit I mean like a lot. I had his. He had his own Chica, he has his own Bankai, and it was like the lamest fucking thing ever, and I stand by it because I thought it was the coolest thing.
As much as I hate Bleach, it's like, this isn't just anti-hype coming from like, oh, they're bringing Bleach back. Like, I remember reading the 1,000-Year Blood War arc a decade ago when it originally came out, and just finally hitting me of just like, oh, this is all really shallow and stupid. Like, even before then, I think, oh, the arc before the 1,000-Year Blood War arc, before like that shitty arc when he initially gets his powers back, I'm like, oh, Bleach sucks.
Yep.
I was caught up in it, like the Bleach hype when it originally came out in high school. I'm like, oh no, Bleach sucks. But then like, to this day, I still think about like, oh, this would be a cool Zanpakuto power. And this is how the Shikai works, and then like this is how it would evolve into the Bankai. Like, I still think about that today because like, this is a cool way to represent abilities.
So,
in a shonen manga.
So of course my weeb ass, and also my like artist ass was super into Bleach, and also watched Advent Children in close proximity. My OCs, like Zanpakuto, had the double fang thing from Kadash.
Oh, that's such a stupid design.
Trust me, I know, but I thought it was the coolest thing ever. His Shikai, he broke one of the fangs, and then he just had a phantom like sword next to it. So whenever he had, you know Zero's level 1 super from level 3, where he just makes another copy.
Yeah.
That would be slashes. So whenever it would slash, it would be like
phantom slash.
You will get multiple phantom slashes because you will see like a light sword behind it, so it will like trail you and follow you. So like that was kind of like, because I didn't want to make it OP, so it's like the drawbacks, you can actually see a trail following you, but the multiple sword slashes after you do one sword slash would kind of like act like a whip. Trust me.
No, here's the thing. I'm doing this because I had similar ideas.
That's
also
cool.
Influenced by Kadaj.
Yeah.
Where it is like a single blade, but then it has 2 phantom blades next to it. So if he cuts you, you actually get 3 cuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's basically what it was, except like mine had like a light appearing one that you could see.
Coming afterwards. Yeah. God damn it. I fucking hate
Bleach just pulls out the worst in people.
I know. I fucking hate Bleach brings out my weebiness. Because like a lot of the character designs I've thought about have been influenced by the Bleach designs. Of like,
they're fucking sick.
Fucking Tight Kubo is tight. I think that's why he goes by the moniker Tight Kubo. Because he knows he's tight, and he knows that he's cocky, and he's earned it. But like, back to waifus. Like, I
also, another thing, glasses.
Glasses.
That's a thing for me.
I
don't know why.
There's not a lot of cool female characters with glasses.
I love when bitches can see.
Urio Ishida, again, Bleach.
Yeah.
He's one of the cooler. Like, he's that uptight character archetype, but Kubo still designs him to be like, he's cool though. He's still cool looking.
The thing I like, the one thing I like about him, like being like super uptight and cocky, is like he has a bow and arrow as his weapon. So it's like you're such scum that it's not worth it for me to get close to you.
Yeah, but then again, he could back it up like, but if I need to get it close to you, I will fuck you up.
I will fuck you.
Like I can't hold my own against like someone who specializes in it, but I can get in quick enough and I'm powerful enough to fuck you up. Also because you won't see it coming because you don't expect me to fight close range. So he's got that. I like that card in his pocket. Yeah. Just
just that. I have a little thing for tomboys here and there, but it has to be a very specific tomboy. Like Makoto from Street Fighter doesn't do it for me.
I like Makoto.
I like Makoto, but it doesn't do it for me.
But the thing is, she's more tomboy.
Yeah.
If she's like still this go-getter, like I'm gonna be the best judo, yeah, like best martial artist character. Like she still feels like just some kid who's like try hard.
That being said, going back to Bleach, Orihime's friend, the one with the spiky hair.
Yeah,
that one. Yeah, that one.
God, I wish like.
I wish he had something more than like I can sort of see ghosts.
Yeah, like the whole thing is, oh no, I'm running away from Aizen and Ichimaru because I could see them, and that's it.
Jin did have like a really like sad story arc.
Ichimaru, I think, is the only good character in Bleach, and he's one of my.
No, I really like the dog. The dog guy.
Oh yeah.
He's
got a cool backstory. You know, oh fuck me. You know what I'm just realizing again with like talking about these characters feeding into waifu talk. Satsuki Kiryuin, her and Gin have the same arc. Not the same arc, but the same story of just like, I'm going to build up my power with the bad guys in order to stab the bad guy in the back. Satsuki and Gin are, oh my god.
I hated it.
I hate that I'm realizing it.
Yeah,
I'm like,
oh my god.
Shit. I want to fuck Gin?
You might like backstabbers.
Do. Backstabbers with who are doing it. Oh fuck me! It's Snape. It's Severus Snape from.
There you go.
Well, okay. I hope. Again, I don't remember when Bleach came out, but I'm hoping Ichimaru Gin came out before the Half-Blood Prince.
It did.
Okay, good. Oh, thank God.
It did.
Oh, thank God. But like, no, not the start. That specific arc.
Well, manga or anime?
Manga. I'm a manga guy.
I want to say they're very close to each other. I want to say they're super close to each other.
I will show the dates on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, let's just run down our top 3 waifus to keep it brief and wrap
just
up
top
this
3.
week. Do you want to go 5? I forgot my
third one.
I forgot because I revised my top 3 and then I forgot what the bottom the 4 and 5 were.
But if I look it up on Discord because I forgot my.
Yeah, look it up on Discord. Look it up, Scotty. Look it up.
Yeah, because I completely forgot what my third one was.
Wait, did I write it down in this notebook? Oh shit, it's a different notebook.
You got more than one book.
Yeah, man. I get them at work because this has the corporate logo from 2 logos ago, and they want to throw out all that merchandise.
I love it.
Yeah. Oh, a bunch of free thermoses if you want them, man.
Okay. How could I forget? Okay, my top 3. Jolene Cujo.
Jolene Cujo.
Bash.
Okay.
Von Reisenberg from Final Fantasy XII.
Okay.
He's baby girl, and the one is Chun-Li.
Chun-Li.
Yeah.
But yeah, you want to get into a little bit of Jolene, badass, strong woman.
Badass, strong woman. She has that drive. She has also like the whole like daddy wasn't around thing, which you feel like.
I don't like that aspect.
Well, the bit I like is because it's like she doesn't. It's not that she has daddy issues. It's more like the fact like, hey, I have these legitimate things that I feel some type of way about you being out, but I'm happy that you're here. Like just being able to like have that little bit of resolve with her. I also like her powers. Their powers are really cool. I like how she looks. I like the string, and I love that she's crafty too.
Yeah,
because we're speaking about it last time. Like when she's fighting the big bad, he's able he has the power of gravity. He's able to be able to turn things inside out. So when she gets hit, she thinks in the moment, like, well, what doesn't have a beginning or an end? Fucking movie strip. So she turns her body into a movie strip to be able to combat that.
And the way Araki is just genius at coming up with abilities and then working them into like fight scenes. Still, like Jolene as a character has to be crafty because she doesn't have like a powerhouse stand of just like I can make things explode or just it's going to just bust things up.
Don't get it. Like Stone Free is super fucking strong.
Yeah.
but not to like star platinum levels.
If I could just freeze time and just wreck
Mhm.
a house, which I do
Yeah.
dig that. Just creative thinking.
Yeah.
Just like
Be attractive. Be more.
a Shikamaru.
Be in the moment.
Like if I was attracted to dudes, or if Shikamaru
Mm.
was a woman, like it'd be up
Yes, but are.
there. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's also Temari.
Yeah, Tamari, like,
Which is.
well, fucking, something I don't like is something that happened to every Naruto female character in Boruto. Is like,
Mm.
everyone just becomes a housewife.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck off.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck off. You undermine your female characters hard. And that's why no Naruto character has any waifu status with me, is because, like, you fucking, I want to be at the house cooking. I want to be at the house.
Every waifu status I've ever put on a Naruto character, it is purely physical and nothing else.
Yeah. Like, Sakura had an arc of just like, I'm tired of just living
Mm-hmm.
in the shadows of these two dudes. Like, I'm going to be Tsunade's apprentice and
Mhm.
become one of
The
top
best medical
three,
ninja.
the best medical ninja, and also physically the strongest ninja in this village. And then, housewife.
And guess what happens
Well,
after
she's a doctor.
after Gaara? Nothing.
Yeah.
After they have to rescue Gaara? Nothing.
Yeah, but like that, like her just after the time skip and
Mhm.
just like her training with Tsunade, just like, yes,
Yeah.
awesome, and then just like, yeah,
I wish we would see more
she's
of.
just a mom now.
I wish we would have been able to see more of Ten because I like a weapon specialist, but she doesn't have anything.
She's got nothing going on.
No.
Yeah, that idea of I like the idea of a weapon specialist, but she has some fun interactions in Boruto with Asuma's daughter,
Mm-hmm.
who's, but again, like these
Yeah.
real paper thin characters. That's a thing with like a shonen, like especially with Bleach, where you have a huge cast, just like they have their one moment and then nothing else for the rest of the series.
Fire Emblem has very much the same
Yeah.
problem.
Which I don't mind in something like Valkyria Chronicles, because these are soldiers, they are expendable, and it's the way they handle it. Like if you get to they're again, a lot of these are just random soldiers, but then you get to know them, you attach to their personality, and they also level up a little bit, which I like.
Who's your number 3?
Number 3,
You still
number
play-
3.
Oh.
I revised it. Kawashima Ami from Toradora. Toradora. It got a little bit of a resurgence. Like again, all of my anime taste came out from over a decade ago, like when I was college, high school, college, early 20s. But this had a little bit of a resurgence when it was finally released on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
But Kawashima Ami is like one of the 3 love interests for the main character, and she's interested in the dude, but she's the one who the main character has no interest in hooking up with. But her thing is like, oh, she's the transfer student archetype, and like she's a model and also a bitch. But then
Blue hair girl?
yes,
Okay.
but then you understand of like why she kind of is standoffish with people. You get that understanding of just like fleshing out the character. And the way what she wants, again, like we talked about this last time, like a big thing is she wants an equal. Well, like a little bit something I'm into is like people throw around the partner thing. I think that's just lame as shit. Like when they're like, "Oh, me and my partner," I'm just like, no, an actual partnership of like both of you growing together,
Mm-hmm.
like, and that's part of the things of like relationships going on for a while, like because people change over time, but like both of you are changing in parallel and appreciating the new aspects of the other person. This is just like a weird therapy session of talking about like what do I want out of relationships.
You really are into your waifus.
Yeah.
Because of these reasons.
But like I fucking hate the girl the main character hooks up with at the end is the one I like the least because it's a straight up codependent relationship, and Ami calls him on it. I'm just like, is that what you want? Like, I want someone who's my equal, who we could look at each other and just
But
like
that takes work.
I know, like we understand we have like different goals, but we just want to, again, just we're different, but like making each other better through our interactions with each other. Just fucking Huck hooks up with the main girl and it's just some shitty fucking just like, oh, I'm helpless and I can't do anything and like I'm a real like I like to do things for other people. It's like, come on man,
Something.
whereas Ami is just somebody who wants to take care of herself and just, but then like I need someone to take care of. Like, fuck you, Ryuji, but still one of the best. So, even though I don't like the ending, it's still one of the best romantic comedy animes, and watch it if it's still on Netflix. And it was so hard to track that down because I wanted to get the DVDs, but it was published by Nipponichi.
Oh, that's not even a thing anymore, is it?
I don't think so.
Okay.
And also at the time, there was such like limited release. It was like $50 a volume. So like if I wanted the whole series, I think they released it in 3 parts. It's like over $100 for like, fuck, I'm just pirating this, man. Sneezing?
I think so.
Or you're just grimacing at like, oh, that's too expensive for DVDs.
No. I've spent that amount on DVDs because fucking the rebuilds were that much.
Okay.
But no, for my number 2 is Vash from Rasenborg from Final Fantasy XII, just because conviction drive.
Driven. He's a knight.
He's a knight that he knows like his name is tainted and he can't change everybody's like opinion about it, and he understands that. He still goes for it because like he still has his knightly duty to make sure the kingdom that he is part of not only rises against, combats the empire.
Yes.
And like I just love that. And I love his fucking character design. It's a cool ass character design. I love the scar that he got from like the fight.
He's got one of the cooler scars. Yeah.
And he also like I love the fact that I like the fact that he's also older because like Final Fantasy and I feel like JRPGs in general just falls into this trapping of like young guy has to be like the carry for this story. And I like that when the older guy like is able to like not just be like the master, because that feels a lot into the trappings. Like the older guy is also like, here are his flaws, here are its like. Just because you're older doesn't mean that you don't get to have a character arc. Doesn't mean that your character's completely figured out. You still have a process to go through. That's why Auron is fucking great.
I was just about to bring up Auron.
That's why Auron is fucking great, but Bash, I'd fuck.
Yes.
Auron's fucking cool, and he has the whole like thing that he holds the thing with one hand.
Yeah.
And he has a cool scar.
He's one of the best dads in gaming, I feel. It's like top 3.
Bet that in Gelmin Kaim from Lost Odyssey too.
Okay.
Yeah. That's up there for me too.
Dude,
I think I will fuck Kaim just because of the fact that Inoue drew him from Slam Dunk and also from God, what's the I'm blanking out, but the samurai manga that he has that I love very dearly. That's made by Inoue. Vagabond.
Okay.
Yeah, same guy drew all the characters.
Is that the one with the immortal guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Lost Odyssey, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, one of the best stats in gaming too.
Again, with the scars.
Mm-hmm. The heads are mental.
Yeah. It's something I'm so excited about with Final Fantasy 16 when they showed that footage, but also like talked about before, this older Final Fantasy characters where they said this is going to follow Clive in his mid-teens to 20s and his 30s, so it's like going to end with like an older, wiser, like again Bosch. With Bosch, he's older, but then I think he's still only like
he's like 30. He's like 36.
Really?
He's like 34, 36.
Okay, because like often older Final Fantasy characters like, I'm 28, man.
I'm one foot in the grave. Yeah,
And even then, like someone in their 30s is like the OG San character of just like, what? Like, Oron's like 42, and he's like, I don't know,
like
is he older?
over 100.
Ah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, right,
It's
right.
like thousands, I think.
Yeah. Well, yeah, when did... Okay.
Yeah, whichever.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least 100.
I'm trying to remember. At least 100. You're right. At least 100. But then, yeah, my number 2, Cheryl Nome from Macross Frontier. The first time we recorded, I kept fucking up and saying Macross 7. Macross 7 is a shit series. Macross Frontier is the best Macross series. Not necessarily the best OVA, but the best Macross series. But again, Cheryl Nome, like the pop star I referenced like an hour ago, of like I want to be the best damn pop star with conviction. That's Cheryl Nome. She's got great conviction, and then similar with Kawashima Ami, of just like, yeah, I want to be like equals. Like we both have our own goals and drives, and we inspire each other to pursue those goals. Whereas the other, because Macross is all about the love triangle, the other female interest is just like that little sister type character of just like, oh, I want to be a pop star too, and I'm in a fresh startup. And
how much of Macross influence how you felt about Dora?
Probably a lot. Just like the whole thing, man.
Yeah.
Like again with Macross 2 being my first anime ever, and like I revisit that series like every couple of years, even though it's like one of the it's the weakest Macross OVA.
But that's sentimental.
It's sentimental value. Just like, yeah, like Sylvie Gina, I'm all about you. You're the second best, if not the best pilot in the Federation. But yeah, that whole thing of just
I spray paint. Well, I didn't spray paint. I primed these. They're looking pretty good.
Yeah.
They definitely need a second coat.
just like partners.
Yeah.
Like a partner. And they want, and Cheryl wants that kind of relationship. And it's a big mistake in the Macross Frontier series where they leave the love triangle open, but they rectify it in the movies. The Saotome Alto, the main character, makes the correct decision, lands on the correct waifu, Cheryl Nome, but it's a shame that that decision comes at the cost of her falling into a coma and the main character being whisked off to another dimension.
Can't have it all.
No, you can't. But they said the new Macross Frontier project is happening, a new movie, so I hope it's a follow-up. Mm-hmm. I hope it's a follow-up and not just another retelling, because I want that happy ending, man. I want that happy ending.
You want a sequence of like him having weird space adventures to lead up to Cheryl.
Yeah, with romance animes or anything with romance, like my waifu is never the one the main character picks, and like the one time it happens, fuck, she falls into a coma and the other guy. Both characters essentially die.
Sucks to suck, man.
Yeah, man. How do your waifus line up with the main character's pick?
None of all my waifus are side characters.
No.
Yeah.
A lot of your waifus are like main characters and
yeah, there's like main characters. So like, you know, like Yoroichi always had like a weird thing going on with.
Oh, they're banging.
Yeah, but it's like, but also with Soy Fawn too.
Yeah. Okay.
And then you have Maki. Maki just has her own bitch.
Yeah.
She's her own bitch. And Jolene, it's her own bitch. Well, she ends up with like Anasui later, but in a separate universe.
Oh, I was gonna say like, she kind of writes herself out of history.
Yeah. So so canonically, Jolene doesn't end up with anybody.
Yeah.
Even though I do ship Jolene and Hermes together because I like Girl Gang a lot. Plus, I also like Hermes. Bash doesn't end up with anybody. He's like too married to his duty.
They kind of imply there's something going on with Ash.
No, strictly like business. Even at the sequel, it's just like.
I thought in the sequel there's some. Maybe I'm just putting that on of just like there's got to be sexual tension. there's an attraction between the two.
Maybe, but I like
It's
to
like-
believe that the Brand Armor also has like a little cut piece that.
Yeah. It's okay. See, this is what I'm imagining. Like Dishonored.
Okay.
Like the Dishonored story of
yeah.
just like, because at first, like, it's initially kind of like, is he just like, there's like a father-daughter relationship, but it's like, no. There's the queen, there's the princess, and then Corvo's just the royal protector, but because of his position, he's like, well, I can't be king.
No.
I'm like, if I recall, he's technically a lowborn, so it's like, here's this position. I'm not technically not technically the daughter, or I'm not technically the father of this person legally, but I have a somewhat paternal relationship, but it's at a distance because I have my position.
I should really resubscribe to.
I fucking love Dishonored.
I should really resubscribe.
But I've always thought that's what was going on between Ash and Bosch, of just like, it's unsaid, we can't speak about it, but we are banging. We are banging.
Never, not even the sequel, not even Ren and Wings or anything like that.
That's my headcanon. Don't spoil it for me.
That's a valid headcanon.
Yeah.
But then number one for me is Chun-Li, and she just kind of been her own thing, baby girl,
Classic.
forever. And I was talking about it with you, and I said like, yeah, like, you know, like it did something for me when I first picked her up, and the thing was like the Thai thing, or just like having a different kind of character. Back when Super Street Fighter 2 came out, because I gravitated towards Zangief, and then I was cheating for picking Zangief, so I moved into the other show. I moved into the Russian characters. But Chun-Li was always in the back of my mind. But I fucking hated playing with her. But every time I saw her, her art just kept getting more beautiful and more beautiful and more pristine. And then the Alpha series happened, and she gets a fucking suit, the sports suit with like
The best.
the vest and everything. And in my head, I was like, oh, that did it when I was speaking about it. I recently was talking to my girlfriend about it. Because my girlfriend's Chinese and she likes to tease me about it, whatever. It's not
Rightfully
relatable.
so.
Yeah, I get it. But when I was talking about it, I'm just like, it's a combination of the alpha sequence and the artwork, and also the very specific artwork of her like tying her boots. It's a very beautiful and pristine.
Sexy.
It's also the Street Fighter 2 movie. Yeah.
It's a sexual awakening.
Yeah. That, like, being able to see Chun-Li titty, because I had the uncensored version, because I lived in Mexico, so, like, we get the good shit.
I pirate stuff, so...
It was probably a bootleg when I bought it, but whichever. Like, that whole sequence, and her, like, still standing and being able to, like, I want to survive, like, the whole sequence is, like, you know, you will think, like, Guile is going to come over, save her by the end of the day. No, like, she takes care of herself, because she's a badass bitch. And she looks so hot in that shower scene. She looks so fucking hot in that shower scene. But yeah, Chun-Li. And traditionally, like, every single time there's a new Street Fighter, I'm excited for, like, a new Chun-Li, like, skin
Chun-Li
and stuff
design,
like
yeah.
that. And most of them are
She had
really...
great skins for 5.
And she gets so sexualized, but I'm just like, you know, like, I care that female characters don't get super hypersexualized because, like, it just ends up becoming one-noted, and it kind of leads to, like, the Kishimoto issue where, like, they just become a thing. But also, like, listen, I'm gonna jerk to a couple of those skins because they're really hot. They're, like, the fucking black dress that she gets.
The battle
like,
dress?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
battle dress. Like, yeah. Like, the fucking Adidas one that she gets later, yeah.
Adidas skin? Do I remember? I have the Champion Edition. I have that skin, but like, I don't play Chun-Li, so I've never looked at her.
I don't play Chun-Li, I like to look at Chun-Li.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, I play the characters that I like to look at.
Mhm.
Because like, I'm going to be looking at this character the whole time I'm playing it. It's gotta...
There's not many female grapplers, unfortunately. There's like Laura or Mika.
That's it. That's it, man.
There's gonna be Marissa, which I'm really excited for.
She seems more like a brawl, because
She's like a hyper armor
Yeah.
character, but she does have like
Because Manon seems more grappler than... Manon seems like the Laura of this game.
Yeah. I'm excited that fucking you get 3 grapplers, because we got the trailer for Lily. Like, she straight up had some T-Hawk on her, which I'm never really gonna be playing. But like, no, I'm excited to have like 4 characters I'm gonna be playing with Street Fighter 6.
I might go Cammy. Just that.
She looks.
Yeah, man.
What is it?
Yeah, tilt, man. I won't touch those ass.
So there's God, what is it? I don't play Smash Bros. I don't play Smash Bros like that, and I don't play Xenogears at all.
Oh, Mithra or Pyra?
Mithra. They in the Smash Bros version they gave her because those black things.
It's all skin, baby.
It's all skin. For some reason, the leggings, I like it way more than their exposed skins.
Really?
Yeah. And then Cammy comes out with more clothes, and somehow she gets hotter.
Yeah, that surprised me. I'm into that.
Yeah, I'm just like, just those two. I'm just like, the more you hide, the more I'm into it.
But I think Jury and 5 had the opposite thing of just like...
Yeah.
Because it looks very obviously just like, for some reason, this is too sexy, but then we're gonna release bathing suit DLC, but then keep the... I
wouldn't have minded so much if she... I love eye patches. I think that if you want to make your character look sick, put an eye patch on it.
Oh, I'm pro eye patch. Asuka with an eye patch is my favorite.
I don't like it on Yuri.
Asuka.
I don't like it on Yuri.
I love it.
I don't like it on Yuri. And I think a huge chunk of it is because it doesn't fit with the whole, like, costume.
Yeah.
It feels very out of place. Had they taken out... Because I believe one of the very first mods that she got when Street Fighter 5 came out was, like, you take off this one layer of skin.
Yeah,
and then,
just like...
Yeah.
Because it just... Because initially, when they showed her in beta or data mining,
her titties were hanging out.
Yeah, it was like that. So one of the first mods was like, well, let's just take that black stuff off and restore the original skin.
Take that off with the eye patch. I like it. Street Fighter 6 Jury with an eye patch, I would have killed for that.
Yeah, I don't like how the hair's just... She's always had that hair, but it seems more pronounced to, like, evoke the eye patch, but I don't like it.
Like, you get a high defense engine, and...
Yeah.
I don't like it. See, like...
I like 5 Jury's design more, because I didn't like 4's Jury design, and then this one's like, oh, let's throw back to 4's.
I like 4 because it's the echo, because like, oh shit, you're evil Chun-Li. I like that. So
yeah, but the baggy pants, the Jenko.
It makes sense because she's a Taekwondo character.
Yeah, but I like the
What's wrong with 4 Round? What's wrong with Kim? Like,
they're Korean.
Okay, what's wrong with the Polish bitch from Tekken? No, she's judo, I think.
Judo, yeah.
Yeah, never mind.
Or like a form of, like a specific form of karate.
Mm-hmm. But whichever, like I like 4 design, but 6 I think is peak Jury. I would have much like the eye patch from 5 on 6.
The Jury's the only design of. I like 6 more than 4, but 5 is tops for me. I like the spy operative Jury.
You like your femme fatales.
Yeah, which leads into my number 1. Felicia Hardy, aka Black Cat from the Marvel Universe, predominantly Spider-Man. Because, look, I love Mary Jane. Mary Jane's great. She's a great wife and partner to Peter Parker's Spider-Man. But again, like Carlos said, I love a femme fatale, the cat burglar, who's also, you know, again, the more equal thing, the more partner, because she can... Mary Jane's just some lady. For the most part, there's other side stories with stuff going on. But Felicia Hardy being, like, I think that universe's best burglar. Again, somewhat a type A person, that, like a character who can have a lot of planning. Also, of being a master thief, you have to do a lot of prep work. She has a crew that she coordinates with. Like, I like that type A-ness. She's the breadwinner. But then also... she can play the wild card when she needs to. Of just like, well, this plan failed, and then let's be wild.
She can turn it on and off.
Yeah, let's be wild. Let's have fun. She's like, again, to hang with Spider-Man. She's like quippy and fun, and just like, with Spider-Man being like an uptight superhero of just being the most moral guy in that universe. like second to Captain America, but I think like Captain America has killed Nazis, whereas Spider-Man just gonna be like, can we reform these Nazis? Like, what sort of education and exposure to different people can we get to like
put
fix these
to the
Nazis?
right YouTubers.
Yeah, which is something I love about like I'm playing. Yeah, I don't think we'll get into what we're playing. Maybe we'll talk about next week. But like,
I was gonna say that like I've been playing Octopath and I have a lot to talk about.
Okay, I'm playing Marvel's Midnight Suns, and then like they carry over those aspects of Spider-Man. Like, oh, this one also believes in criminal justice and like criminal reform. But like, yeah, that Felicia Hardy, just that she's also like a good partner to. She's emotionally available for us to Peter Parker, and also they have an understanding of each other of having these double lives, whereas Mary Jane understands it, but she's not in it. She's not living it.
Yeah.
And this current run of Spider-Man, they fix it. They finally Spider-Man and Black Cat are finally back together. So again, another situation where my pick wins out. But again, with like the way Western comics run, it's like as long as this creator run is going, like it's cool. But then the next creator's run, they can throw everything out immediately. So like I'm winning right now, but who knows?
Who knows next time?
With Spider-Man, somebody's gonna die by the end of this run, and I hope it's not her or the relationship. But yeah, it worked out, man. Just that kind of. Also, again, I think it might be like one of those first things, like your Chun-Li to you. Felicia Hardy from the 90s Spider-Man animated series. That voice is still burned in my brain. I'm just like, yeah, man, I'm into it.
I'm gonna go with design. I watched it in Spanish, so it's like I don't have a point of reference. But the design is, I know it's an evergreen design.
Yeah.
Because I don't think I've seen too many like people messing with her design.
No, because you have variations on it, but it still has like the black kind of varying degrees of low cut V, but then the kind of white puffiness. But yeah, but again with like, for a lot of it, it's all personality. Because of all my waifus on my top 5-10 list, that is the character design I like the least. She has the least amount of drip because it's just like
a
black leotard with like a fuzzy and a domino mask. But that personality is so good, especially with like her miniseries that came out of just like, adding more to her backstory and just getting more of what she's like outside of her relationship with Spider-Man, how she interacts with her friends and just others. And then, yeah, just one of my, again, the best part of comics that like, when people say they're Marvel fans and they've only seen the movies, I'm just like, fuck you, man. Some of the best stuff from Marvel is just scenes of, again, Bruce Banner and Tony Stark talking at a conference table to each other, like, just Banner slowly getting pissed off at Tony Stark.
Heroes being people.
Yeah, heroes being people. And then, it's another one of my favorite scenes of just talking is, there was a run where Black Cat broke bad because after when Dr. Octopus like took over for Spider-Man's body, like Dr. Octopus just broke her nose and threw her in jail because Dr. Octopus has no relationship to Black Cat, so she's like, oh yeah, just so that like because before Black Cat and Spider-Man had a relationship with each other, and then she took that as like a betrayal and just like, the person who I trusted most in the world just betrayed me. Fuck this, I'm going full on bad guy. She became a crime boss and then whatever. And then just that talking scene of just like, hey, we were fighting and whatnot. We've had a lot of bad blood in the past couple of years. Let's just sit down and talk about it. And they're just like, hey, they worked it out. Feels good. It has a beautiful resolution of just like them opening up about their feelings and then restoring that relationship just by talking about it. Just like, yeah, there was something missing in my life, and then like, oh, it turns out you magically wiped away your secret identity, made everybody forget about it, but then like we had a relationship, but then there's like this core component that was missing from it because my memories were wiped. I'm just like, okay, yeah, we resolved this now, and then they're friends, and now they're banging again. That's a win for me. 2 wins. Hopefully, he doesn't die at the end of this run, because it might happen. Who knows?
You know, you can't leave the female character alive.
I know. They're getting better at it. Bridging is happening less often. In Western comics, at least. I mean, it still happens all the time in manga, anime, Japanese video games. But you know what? Me Too failed in Japan. That's just cultural differences. Me Too failed in Japan. They'll go up and touch a black person's hair because they don't have the exposure that we do. It's just...
Yeah, it's a whole nother like.
It's a whole thing, but yeah, I hope you enjoyed our tea. I'm very hungry right now.
I'm very hungry. Talking about these waifus made me really hungry.
It made me thirsty, too.
Oh. Bye.
Bye.
I love you, Sheriff Truman.
I love you, 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 Diamond.